Saluting. Ambient temperature 45.44 degrees. Local time is 13:35:28 GST. All systems nominal. Group fire engaged. External camera engaged.
Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Mechwarrior 2. For this mission we're using a 20-ton fire moth again. This time around we have a relatively straightforward strike mission, but we have multiple targets to take care of. And if you read the briefing, it did tell us that we expect to find numerous training mechs in this area, and that's exactly what we have going on over here. Now if all of these mechs were going to gun straight for us in a fire moth, we'd probably be in trouble, but fortunately they're just running a training pattern and they're going to pretty much ignore us entirely. That 60-ton Mad Dog in particular would be a real problem if he was interested in us at all, but as it stands they're just going to run straight away from me. Now the fire moth is pretty fast, but you can see, even with all our speed, we're still losing these guys. Oh, that is not a training mech. Here we have enemy Nova, who actually is interested in picking a fight today. And once again, the Nova's lack of torso twist really is kind of an issue for it. Kind of mitigated by using jump jets to maneuver, but really, at the end of the day, torso twist is where it's at. And the rest of those training mechs have sort of disappeared off into the distance since we've been engaged fighting this guy. We'll be seeing them again probably a little later. Yeah, they're really going for it. I think for now we need to get back to our primary objective, which is, at least in the first place, to take out this pumping station at Nav Alpha. The objectives are pretty widely spread in this mission, which is one nice thing about having the fire moth. I'm just going to switch out all of my machine guns to a different weapons group because I really don't need to be using my ammunition based weapons to take out a stationary pumping station that isn't going anywhere and isn't shooting back at me. We have a couple of things to hit in this mission. The first one is this pumping station, and the second one we'll be seeing a little bit later is hardened HQ for the Falcons in this area. This one was just protected by those training mechs, which weren't interested in actually defending it at all, so this first objective is kind of a walk in the park, but the second one is a little bit more complicated.
Sequence initiated. Primary objective: destroy pumping station. Successful. Shutdown sequence overridden.
Well, that takes care of the pumping station. It's time to move on to the HQ. I picked a fire moth for this mission and entirely short-ranged weapons mix because I think they complement each other pretty well. The speed of the fire moth lets you close quickly with enemies and get into range and really use that short-range firepower. And it works pretty well defensively as well because it makes it easy to dodge incoming weapons fire. The enemies in Mechwarrior 2 aren't really capable of leading at all, so if you're moving laterally to them they're going to have a really difficult time hitting you. The HQ is over here at Nav Beta, and it looks like we have at least one enemy mech defending it. Yeah, there he is. Looks like some turrets as well. Those turrets aren't too much of an issue, but they can be a little bit of a problem if I get bogged down fighting this guy and they can get some free hits in while I'm distracted. I'm going to concentrate on the Stormcrow because he's by far the biggest threat. He's pretty well armed and he's already starting to make his presence known.
Nav beta reached.
Lucky for me, he seems to have given up after that first pass and is just going for a bit of a walk. There definitely seems to be different levels of aggression that the enemy mechs are capable of in Mechwarrior 2. These guys, at least in the earlier missions, just tend to run away more than stick around for prolonged firefights, which makes it quite a bit easier. These turrets are armed with medium lasers, which can do a reasonable amount of damage if you let them, but fortunately they're pretty weak and quite easy to strip of their guns.
Enemy target destroyed.
And you can definitely see, even with laser weapons which move pretty fast, we're still able to avoid any incoming fire completely just by keeping at maximum speed.
Target destroyed. Image enhanced. Engaged.
Don't think I meant to do that. The keyboard controls from Mechwarrior 2 are kind of interesting, kind of a weird layout, so it's pretty easy to accidentally hit the wrong button sometimes.
Enemy target destroyed.
Not so bad when you accidentally engage enhanced imaging, but it can be a little problematic if you inadvertently shut down your mech in the middle of a fight. Once again, I'm just going to switch out my machine guns and just use the lasers to take out this HQ.
Primary objective: destroy hardened HQ. Successful. Proceed to dust-off zone for extraction.
Funnily enough, that hardened HQ goes down even quicker than the pumping station. I think the Falcons might need to reconsider how exactly they're constructing their HQs. Well, those are our two main targets for this mission. We can dust off now. You can see our dropship waiting for us there. Fortunately, our last target or opportunity for this mission is on the way to our dropship, and those last few training mechs that eluded us before, we should be able to find them up here as well. Yeah, there's that fire moth. It's already taken quite a beating. And the kit fox that ran away from us at the start of the mission. The light mechs really don't have a lot of rear-facing armor. You can see that now they've reached the end of their training pattern, they've run all the way here and shut down. But now they've activated it again, they're actually fighting back.
Destroyed. Secondary objective: destroy all enemy mech units. Successful.
Not that it does them much good. We just have this last target here, which is indeed our target of opportunity, and it looks like it's a repair and rearming station for battle mechs in the field. Unfortunately, we don't have to take out this entire little camp here. It's enough just to destroy the truck, this mech loader, and the tent you can see behind it there, and then we can move on.
Level critical. Target of opportunity destroyed.
And that just about wraps up every single target in this mission. So with that, I'll say goodbye and see you next time for the third Wolf mission, Blade Split. See you then.